purpose of these illustrations, we're going to be showing you today how to analyze games, right, on basketball. Right, how to analyze and identify games that will possibly play over halftime over to be specific. Halftime over to be specific. And now, just to be very clear, disclaimer: DoQuick is not a prediction site, a platform. DoQuick is not a betting platform. DoQuick is a sports analysis platform that gives bettors, journalists, and fans, right, access to analyze games and make decisions for themselves. Right, so what I want to show you today is how to analyze games and see the possible games that will play first half over in basketball, to be precise. First half over in basketball, how to see them, how to know them. Right, so you will now use your based on your experience to make a decision whether to play them or not. Before I continue, I will just share some few rules for playing basketball. Just like football, right? You have teams. For example, we all know that in Italian league, right? That Italian league, they are very defensive. They don't score much goals, right? So for people who play football, they tend to go and play under for Italian leagues, right? Because they don't score goals. It's not like it's not a good league, but they are very tactical. They don't score goals. If you want, league that score goals, you go to England. English league, they score goals there, right? So exactly the same applies to basketball. Some leagues, if you want to play over, there are some leagues you need to avoid, right? I'm just going to mention some of them. It's not like they are bad leagues, but if you want to play under, these are the leagues that you focus in. But if you want to play over, then you have to if you want to play over, then you have to avoid these leagues, because most times these leagues, they play over, they play under, so you have to avoid them. Number one is French lights league. Avoid them if you want to play over. Number two is Serbia KSL league. Avoid them. Portugal league. Avoid them. Romanian league. Avoid them. Austria league. Avoid them. German league is here and there, very tricky. If you have a lot of games, avoid them. Israel league, if you have a lot of games to play, avoid them. You don't need much games. You just need 5, 7, 8 good games, and you are okay. Right, so I'm just going to illustrate how to use the Do Quick platform to know teams that will probably play over, and then you make your selections, your choice yourself. Right, so I already made, just to make sure we don't spend a lot of time. I already made some selections so that I don't spend a lot of time. But I'll just show us how that selection came about. So the first one is, so you go back. I'll use Sportybet. You can use any app, but I'm just going to use Sportybet for this illustration. So these are the teams that I have selected. I'm just going to show us how we came about these selections. What I'm going to do also, I'm going to place this bet, and then after this game is done, I'm going to now put the result of this bet on the platform just below the WhatsApp, just below this YouTube video, so you can also see what the result of this bet we just placed was. So for this particular game, we're going to look at Basket Girona versus Canaries. So you come here, you are looking for Basket versus Canaries. The game is so this is a little bit, because we are swapping pages. This is going to be a little bit slow, because we are swapping screens. Okay. So this game is for 8 o'clock. Canaries 8 o'clock. Right. So come here. You go to the DoQuick app. Right. You go to basketball. go to today. So 8 o'clock, you go to view more. So you're going to search for it. You're just going to search for canaries. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so now what we want to do, we're trying to play halftime. We're trying to play halftime over, right? We're trying to play halftime over for this particular game. So what we are going to do is just come. Let me try to pull out the game. Okay, so we're trying to play over 168. That's what we're trying to play, over 168. So I'm going to show you quickly how the best possible way to know if this game is going to play over 168, right? Over 168. Okay, so now this is now Girona played 93 when they are home in their last 5 matches. That it's in their last 5 matches, that's what they played. Average 93. So you're now going to say 93 plus Canaries played 90 in their last 5 matches, average 90. You're not going to say plus 90. This is 183. You note it down, 183. That means they played 183 in their last 5 matches. When both of them, when this was home and when this was away, they played 180 in their last 5 matches. You know it, they played 183. You note it down. Now you're going to say what did they concede in their last 5 matches? Both teams. What the average points they conceded? Basket conceded 78 points in their last 5 matches when they were playing home. When they were playing home, because they are home now. You're trying to get just their home points in their last 5 matches when they were playing home. You now go to away. What did Canaries play in their last 5 matches when they were away from their home? They played 98 matches away from their home, average in their last 5 matches. So if you add 78 plus 98, it gives you 167. So that means both of them, when they were playing away from their home, they played 167 in their last 5 matches. What we are trying to get is 168. So you will now use your discretion. This is for their last 5 matches. This is for the last 5. How consistent have they been in playing this scoreline? So you will now go to in their last 10 matches. Girona played 87 in their last 10 matches. 87 in there. Remember, both of them played 181 in their last 5 matches. Now Girona played 87, so it's now 87 plus when they were home. Canaries now played 89 when they were home in their last 10 matches. This is 176. This is still above the 164 that is set for the odds. What did they concede in their last 10 matches? You will now say 84. You will now say, you come to home. Girona conceded 81 when they were playing home, when they were playing at home. You now go to away. Canaries conceded 84 when they were playing away. That is 165. You will now use your discretion whether you want to go with this or not. If you look at it, they played very well. They both scored above what was set in the odds in sports in the odds, but they played slightly below, right, what they played. But if you look from experience, the ACB league, they usually play over. So because of this, you can do that. You can now want to just go further. You can now say, okay, you know what did they play all season? Both of them all season. Girona played 87 plus when they were playing home. You can also see when they were playing away, it's different. They didn't perform very well when they're playing away. So we're just focused on when they're at home, what they play. This is not when they play away. This is what they play away. But we are more focused on what they play when they are home. So it's 87 plus. You go to away. What did Canaries play when they are away? Plus 98. So overall, they played 176 overall. So they played slightly above, right? So understand that how their defense, what they concede also matters. So you have to make sure that both of them, they concede more than that point also, more than 164. Both of them they concede. So you cannot use your discretion to say, you know what, these guys, the ACB, they usually play away. So because of that, we'll play. If you notice, right? Let me come back to sports. If you notice, we selected. So if you notice, it was the total that was selected here. There's a reason why I'm really going to show you. If you notice here, what was selected 168. We did not go for halftime. I'm going to explain why we did not go for halftime. If we wanted to play halftime, for example, we'll select 180. We'll select 80. Right, that's the halftime over we want to play, right? Okay, so let's go back to the DoQuick app, right? If you go back to the DoQuick app now, if you look at, let's go to halftime. This is full time, remember. Let's go to halftime for the same guys. You remember we wanted to play over 180. If you look at their 5 matches here, they played 47 plus, that's Girona, plus when they were home. These guys, they played 48, 95. Brilliant. They played very well. But the challenge is how was the defense? If you look at it, if you go to home now, see. Girona played 35. They conceded 35. So that means they are very defensive when they are home. They conceded 35. Plus, what did Canaries concede? They conceded 40. If you plus this plus for 35 plus 43, it will give you 78. That's below 80. So that means both of them, they didn't concede up to 80 in their last 5 matches. If you don't want to be sure about this, you now say, okay, you now go to 10 matches. What was 10 matches to show the consistency of this play? Were they still very defensive in their last 10 matches? You now go to what this guy played. Basket, they played 44 when they were playing home. Canaries played 46, right? So they played that's 90. They played very well, right? But the challenge is also, look at their defense now. When in their last 10 matches, Canaries played 36. That means they were quite defensive in their last 10 matches. They played 36. And Girona played 37. So if you plus this together at 37, they played 73. That's what they considered. The points they considered in their last 10 matches was 73. Their last 5 matches was 75 for 78. So that means they are very defensive in halftime. During halftime, during the first half, they are very defensive. During the second half, they become very, 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 very. They counter. They play freely. They score more goals. So for this particular game, you have to look at, if the halftime doesn't favor, you now have to look at the full time. The full time suits more, so they play more. They score more points in the full time. So for this particular bet, you go for the full time. So that's how we came across. That's how 168. That's how 168 was selected. That's how 168 was selected for this. If you now go to, what's the next one? If you now go to, let's look at so Madrid. Let's look at this league now. No, let's just look at so let's look at a very so let's look at Slava. Let's look at Czech league, right? This is, we are going for 84, over 84 for this. So we go back to the DoQuick app, because that's what we're using to analyze. We go back to the DoQuick app. This is a match for 18. This is a game for, okay, so this is a game for Slava. So this is a game that we played 18, still 18, 18, 18, 18, 6 o'clock. That's 18. So you go to the DoQuick, app. Selected twice, selected that twice, back twice. Okay, so you now want to quickly look for that Prague match, for the Prague match, okay, for 18 o'clock. For the Prague match for 18 o'clock. So you just go here, you say Prague. You go here, you say Prague. NBA. Actually, you can use this. So it's better to use the. It's better to use. Oh, I just clicked that. It was there just now. It's better to use their league, right, to search for. That way you can quickly see the game. So look at it. NBA Prague. Look at the league here. So Prague. You go to Prague. If you look at Prague, right? So we are looking for their halftime. We're trying to analyze their halftime. We wanted to pick 84, right? So if you wanted to pick 84, so you go to Prague. This is Prague versus Pisek. So you go to, in their last five matches. So Slava Prague played. They played 87 when they were home. They played 37. Sorry, they played 37. That's the points they scored in their last five matches when they were playing home. What about Pisek? Pisek scored 47. That's 84 points, both of them, in their last five matches. What did they concede? Sparta Prague conceded, what they conceded in their last five matches, 46, plus Pisek conceded 43. So they conceded 98 points. So that means they concede a lot. They don't have their defensive. They focus more on scoring, right? They don't have strong defense. So that means for this kind of games, these are the kind of games that you can play over for if they are defensive points, if they concede a lot of defensive points, right? So this is what both of them conceded. Wanted to play 84, right? But they considered 89 matches. That's what they considered in their last five matches, both of them combined. So you now go to their last 10 matches. In their last 10 matches, what did they concede? What did they play? Right, in their last 10 matches. So you now say in their last 10 matches, Slava Prague played 37, average of 37. That's what they scored. They scored average of 37 points. Sorry, right? Plus Pisek scored an average of 46. That's 83. Both of them, 83 in their last 10 matches. What did they concede? Their last 10 matches. Slava Prague conceded 46. Why? Pisek conceded 47. If you notice, they conceded 93 points in their last 10 matches. So these guys, an average of 93 points. So they concede a lot. So for this kind of game, you can play over because they concede. They don't have strong defense. You are looking at teams that don't have strong defense. Right? So teams that have strong defense, they will play under most times. Right? But you can see that both of them, they don't have strong defense. So you can now when you now go back, you can now go back to your sporty. You can use any, and we're just using sporty as an illustration. You can use any of the betting apps convenient for you. Right, you can now go there and say, you know what, for Sparta Prague, you play, that's it. You play your 84 because both of them, they concede a lot. So you play your 84 for Sparta Prague and Prague. Right, if you look at this game we've already selected, I don't know, it's suspended. But let's see, we selected 83 over. Okay, so I mean, the truth is there's no guarantee, right? There's no guarantee, but yeah, but it just gives you what's it called? It just gives you the best option of teams that can play over or under, right? So if you look at, that's how you make your selection. So but you now use your discretion. Like I said before, there are some teams that you don't play, right? If you want to play over, right, you don't play leagues like so if you want to play for example, if you want to play over games, if you want to play over games, right, you go to this, right? If you want to play over games, right, you go here, right, you go to basketball, right, today, right, you want to play over games, right, so you go to league, right, so over games that most likely, so Bulgaria, you select Bulgaria, they play over a lot. Like I said, you select Czech. Finland is very, they are here and there, so you just about leave Finland. Hungary, they are still here and there, you can check them out. Lithuania, you can check them out. Sometimes they are here and there. Poland is also very good. Serbia is here and there. Spain, no. Sweden, they've not been too good lately, right? So these are just the teams that you select, right? And then you search for, right? You search for teams that you want to play, right? So let's just look at one more typical and one game that really played that was fine with no issues. So look at this. Let's look at this. This is Poland, right? This is Poland league. This is Poland. This is Trefty. This is Poland. This is Polish league and Trefty. Let's look at. Okay. So we want to play 84. I want to play 84 for this particular league, for this particular game, right? So we look at it, we say we look at it, we say 84, right? I'm just trying to use my phone here so that I won't lose track when I'm searching for it, right? So we say yeah, that's it. So you go back to the DoQuick app. Remember, there's no guarantee, right? This is just an application to give you a win, to increase your chances of winning, your chance of making the right decision. Remember, you bet responsibly. There's no guarantee, and the whole idea of the DoQuick is just to make sure it increases your chances of winning, right? Increase your chances of winning. That's all. It's not here to replace pointers. The pointers are doing a great job, right? In fact, the pointers need it the most, right? Because they already know how to analyze. To just elevate their job, make them make more and precise and good betting decisions, right? So let's just take one more example of that. So we are looking for, we'll go to 19. This game is for 19. This game is for 19. So we'll go to 19. We'll go to 19 and then 50. That's it. So remember, I want to play 84 over 84, right? You look at them for the last 5 matches, right? Last 5 matches, what they play. Turin played 99 in the last 5, average of 9. They scored average of 99 points, right? 99 points. That's what they scored, average of 99 points. In their home, when they were playing home in their last 5 matches, and they conceded 87. They scored 99. They scored 99 points. What about Trefty? Trefty scored 91, so plus 91. So sorry, this is for full time. Sorry, go to half time. Go to half time because we're trying to get over. Remember, we want to play over 84. So you go to home. So they scored 50 plus. That's what they scored when they were playing home. Remember, when they were playing home, this is when they are playing, both of them, they are playing away. They scored 49 when they are playing away, but we're looking at their performance when they are home. Turin, when they are home, they played 50 plus. We are not going to away. Trefty, they played 46 when they were playing away, so you now say plus 46. So both of them, when they're playing, when Turin was playing home and when Trefty was playing away, both of them, they played 96 combined. What did they concede? So 45. Turin conceded 45 in their last 5 matches. and Trefty conceded 44. So that means both of them combined, they conceded 89 games. They conceded 89, they scored 91. That's very good for over. This is a beautiful game for over. Right? You play over because the assumption is that this is statistics, the last 5 matches. But let's now see, were they consistent enough? That's when you now have to check their last 10 matches. Were they consistent enough? So let's go to their last 10 matches. What did they play in their last 10 matches? Right, so you now go to go to this. So Turin played 41 their last 10 matches. Trefty played 47 plus 47, so they played 88 in their last 10 matches. What they concede when they were both playing home and away? When they were playing in their last 10 matches, Turin conceded 44 plus Trefty conceded 42. So they both conceded 86. So that means they both conceded and scored over 84. So this is a game that you can add to your tickets an over game. There's no guarantee, but it's just an assumption that based on statistics, based on what they've played in their average points they've scored and what they have conceded in their last 5 and 10 matches, they will likely have a higher percentage of playing over 84. You can also drill to their all season. What's their average all season, just to become sure. Turin played 41 when they were playing home. That's what concerns us in this game. They are playing home. And Trefty played 47 when they were playing away. You have to be sure. You have to understand, right? This is both of them when they are playing home matches. This is both of them when they are playing away. So you have to choose. You have to select them properly. This is for this. This is for home for this, and this is for away for, because they are playing away. So they played 88 all season, average of 88 points. That's what they've scored all season. Sorry. So you now go to what have they conceded? You now go to 44. That's what Turin conceded, and this they conceded 42. So they conceded both of them conceded 44 and 42. 44 and 42. So both of them conceded 86 points. So that means it's both of them for home and away. It's above 84. It's above 84 that we want to play, right? So for this game, you might choose to play. For this game, you might now choose to play what's it called, over 44. And also, just to add, if you want to play away, try to make sure that you start selecting from 17 o'clock, from 5 o'clock, because the trick behind that is that the good games are played from 5 o'clock, right? In every sport, right, in Europe, the good games are played in the evening when that's when you have more people from work and all that. So try to make sure that you're always selecting games try to make sure you're selecting games from 17:00 downwards if you're playing away. These are some of the things that you just put into consideration. Remember, the DoQuick app is just a platform to help you analyze games, right? So you can also look at it. If you're playing full-time score, you can look at their H to say what have they played, right? What have both of them played? You can look at their field goals, right? You can look at their 3-point goals. You can look at their free throws. You can look at their rebound, their assists, their steals, their blocks. How do they block? How do they block when they are playing games, right? You can look at their turnovers. Now you can look at the personal fouls of these players. These are those analyses that you can look at. You can drill down, right? For all this, you can drill down to halftime and full time and all season, right? So you can, if you go to H to H, right, you can look at what they have played in their last 10, all season. If you look at what they have played in our last all season, you get all the games they have played all seasons, against different opponents. So yeah, so that's this is just an illustration. Remember, the DoQuick app is not a betting site, it's not a predicting site platform. It's a sport analysis platform where that gives you um, the the analysis, right? That gives you the analysis to make your decision yourself. That's what the site is. It gives you the analysis, it gives you the statistics, right, to make the your betting decisions yourself. Right, you know why sometimes when you are trying to look for games it's a little bit different, because the API we used and we built the API in-house. So sometimes the names does not correspond with the names in other bookies, because we don't use we made sure that we used our in-house API to make sure that, like we said, our analysis has zero manipulation, so that nothing is manipulated. Is raw. We get it directly from the scoreboard and we analyze it. Yeah, thank you. We'll also be putting out more videos on how to get other other scores. Thank you for using the DoQuick app.